The smallest nativity scene ever. Welcome to Mark and Pete. Here's a thought.
A Christmas nativity is a fine festivity and a scene we all like to bless. But a donkey in captivity will find its proclivity and always leaves a mess. Well, nativity scenes are displayed all over the world in this fine Christmas season. But here's something that takes it to a different scale. Yes, a microscopic image of a crib that is thought to be the world's tiniest nativity scene has gone on display. Now, the image was engraved by hand and on a speck of gold inside the eye of a needle by Birmingham micro-engraver Graham Short. Yes, now what's interesting is visitors to the Nativity Festival at St. Lawrence Church, Northfield, can view the piece using a microscope. Now, my question is this, Clergyman Pete, to you.
Yes.
This is a great scene, nativity scene, but the fact that it's also getting onto a smaller scale, is this a reflection of how Christianity is diminishing?
Yes, it's so small. You have to use special technological inventions in order to see it. Yes, microscopes required to see if there's any religion left in the country. Maybe that's it. But yeah, it is an interesting form of art, isn't it? That it is so very small that you need a microscope to see it. Having seen this particular piece of work, I think it's unusual, remarkable that it is so very small.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's rather unremarkable. It's not a particularly good drawing, is it?
Well, I can
Engraving.
understand at the scale, but this is the thing that slightly worries me, because there's a story within a story, because this man is on drugs. Yes, what do you mean by that? Well, the artist himself uses powerful medical microscope, but at the same time takes drugs to lower his heart rate in order to produce his works. Essentially, any deviation, variation by the stroke of the needle could obviously affect his works. But what he's doing is effectively lowering his heart rate so that he can control the needle. Now, what I will say is that whilst that's great, I wouldn't recommend taking drugs on this level. But let's be honest, artists throughout the the whole of history have used drugs to inspire themselves. In this particular case, he's using it to control his art. Yes, I'm concerned for his welfare.
Yeah, sure. Businessman Mark, do you believe that in fact there should be drugs tests before
I think
you accept a piece of artwork?
Yes, I do. But he doesn't end there, though, does it? Because Mr. Short explained that he also uses a Botox-style injections around his eyes every 3 months to ensure that there are no distractions from his nerves and muscles while working. Now, the point here is drugs is great, but look, let's get to the seriousness of this. I actually think that the image is, I know that you said rather simplistic, but I actually think it's almost like a symbol. It's almost turned out almost like an icon for nativity. Yes. So I think I'll give him credit on that scale, shall we say. But also what I will say is that he has left out the donkey. And that's the bit that, hence my poem, is the bit that I was hoping was going to be there. So maybe my suggestion is he could go back and engrave a little donkey in the background.
Yes, a little tiny one, even smaller. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I think this does open up ideas for different forms of art. Maybe you could create a painting and then put it so far away, maybe a mile away, you have to use a very powerful telescope to see it. Maybe if we're going to use different drugs in order to produce the art, why don't you have some art that is so terrible that you need to be on drugs to appreciate it? Maybe it only looks good after 5 pints of beer. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's the sort of art that you would produce.
Well, it's the sort of thing that I did when I was doing my A-level art back at school, and I think looked fantastic under the influence of other strange substances. But yes, I mean, I agree. But here's the thing: what I would like to know from our lovely listeners, which is what scenes, Christmas scenes, apart from the Nativity, should Graham be considering as a series to complete this? What do you think that should be put
what should be
to
done
the test?
next? Yes, interesting. Yes, sir, we'll be sure to pass it on. So do let us know. Remember to comment at markandpete.com. takes you to our podcast page. You can leave a comment. Just make sure you subscribe. You can leave a comment on this and every episode. But this has been quite a short episode, in deference to it being about a very small piece of art. And we'll speak to you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. See you then. Bye for now.